Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the David Braley Athletic Center, where you will be watching the OCAA Women's Championship Tournament as we watch St. Lawrence take on St. Clair take on the undefeated Algonquin here today for the David Braley Athletic Center here at Mohawk College. I'm here, my name is Elvin Drent, and I'm here along with Jake Parkhill, and we will be your commentators for tonight. So a couple points to look at today. As I mentioned before, Algonquin has a perfect 16-0 record versus St. Clair, who is 14-4. You can see here St. Clair, they have a few players to look out for. A couple players, number 21, Kendall Rizia, 13.2 points a game, 7.4 rebounds per game, and 2.2 steals, along with number 14. Another noticeable player, Shannon Kennedy, 11.7 points a game, 8.3 rebounds a game, and 2.8 steals per game. So that should be an interesting matchup between the two. You have an undefeated and a not so quite undefeated, but they still hold a good record, St. Clair. So here we have Algonquin introducing their lineup. A couple players to look out for on their lineup is number 21, Sandre Bascoe, who averages 13.8 points a game, and 9.2 rebounds per game, along with 3.4 steals per game. And her teammate, number 6, Kim Cupid, averages 12.2 points per game, 7.7 rebounds a game, 4.8 assists per game, and she's actually second in the OCAA in assists. So she knows how to pass that ball.
Here it is, Elvin. The big question tonight, can St. Clair climb the mountain? Algonquin, they're 16-0, number 1 team. And I'm telling you right now, they're going to have the confidence and the swagger throughout this game here. Can they overcome it? Can they feel the pressure and beat the pressure? That's the key for St. Clair, key for Algonquin. Play your game. You haven't lost yet.
Absolutely.
You got 2 more.
Absolutely. So here's a tip-off for game number 7 as
Alvin Trent, Jake Mario.
St. Clair loses the ball, dives for the ball. Number 6 on Algonquin passes it to the wrong player on St. Clair, number 14.
Algonquin opening up man-to-man here.
So St. Clair College coming off a pretty good season as they lose the ball, though. Algonquin's number 6 looks around, rotates the ball on the perimeter, passes it, shoots. That one is off the mark as it's the possession maintains for Algonquin. Here you see number 10. Number 10, Jessa Rada, inbounding the ball. Looking for an open teammate. She finds 24. 24. Couldn't quite penetrate that defense that St. Clair has.
Yeah, here's St. Clair. They've opened up in a 2-3 zone here, trying to keep Algonquin out.
Number 8 with the long 3, and it's good. Number 8, Claire Abbott. White Horse, coming out of White Horse, Yukon territory, standing at 5'7", just made that last 3-point that you just saw as St. Clair airballs the ball. And Algonquin recovers the rebound. Number 6 comes up, passes it off. Number 10 fakes the shot, passes it back to number 10. Number 10 thought about it and launched it, but it's not quite on the mark. Number 6, long shot, no good. St. Clair retrieves the rebound as they bring up the ball. So far, St. Clair has the lead with that last 3 ball that they shot, 3-0. Algonquin. Algonquin has the lead.
But in a quick foul there, pushed down low against Algonquin. That's their first of the quarter. St. Clair looking to inbound. Drives in, can't get the ball. Now comes Algonquin. Another bucket there by Algonquin. It's 5-0 Algonquin early.
Here we see St. Clair taking up the ball, 23, dribbling, looks for the pass, 25, posting up, passes it to the perimeter. Perimeter shot is good. Three-point shot is good by number.
Oh, that's a big three there, coming right down.
That shot is a little off. They'll try again. And that three ball is good by Algonquin's number 8.
That's a great second chance opportunity right there. They came out, they got the offensive rebound, kicked it out for the three.
Absolutely. Claire Abbott with that beautiful three coming out of Whitehorse, Yukon territory. And Algonquin recovers the rebound. Number 6, quick feet she has. Number 6, Kim Cupid. As St. Clair misses that easy basket. Cupid runs the ball up the court, passes it off to number 10. Number 10 gets called for the walk, or excuse me, the double dribble.
It's going to be an illegal dribble there. Just had 2 hands on the ball and put it back down. Very hard to pick up there, but had 2 hands on it.
Jessa Rada with the illegal dribble. So here we have St. Clair being pressured along the baseline.
And that half-court trap there just forced a turnover there. They didn't get the right angle on the ball. We're going to have a timeout here.
Timeout with 6 minutes and 43 seconds remaining.
Remember, folks, one lucky spectator will be randomly.
So Algonquin here looks to be in control here early on. It's 8-3 early. And we're going to try to listen in to John McGinnis.
Right now. Let's look attack. Okay, back to the game plan. Look, just don't go down. That's what it's going to go. Let's get some stuff off the bounce. Need a flasher. All right, we're going to press on make. On the make, next make, we're going to press. All right? We've got him a press break right now. All right?
So who's passing the ball in now?
Inside. When it's inside, slow the game down. You don't have to hurry much. Okay? Square it up, see what you got. Finish yourself or kick to somebody on catches. Quick team. You got it ready to shoot on the catch. Okay? Go. Go, come on. Same time, 2, 1, 2, 7.
So a couple notes there. First, St. Clair, the Saints coach saying, hey, this is a quick team. We got to recognize what they're doing early and get pressure. And over for Algonquin here, they're talking about pressing early here, right after they get the make in. So they're going to get the basket, then watch for the full court press. So you'll be able to take a look for that at home.
Exactly. So here we have Algonquin inbounding the ball with 6 minutes and 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Where you have Cupid. Pass down the middle. 7 fakes the shot, passes it back. 24 gets blocked. St. Clair recovers with the rebound. Actually, Algonquin snatches the ball right back, fighting for that possession. And St. Clair with that effective defense is forcing Algonquin to lose the ball out of bounds.
Oh, that's a good hustle play right there. Algonquin wanted it more. They came up, and here comes a trap.
Here you have St. Clair with the scoop shot and the foul. No basket, but she will shoot 2.
These are just fouls where they're stepping into the shooter's lane and not allowing her to score there. And that foul's there on Jessa Rada.
Algonquin maintaining the lead as St. Clair gets a step closer to. And the second shot brings them even closer.
So Reese against 2 there. That's going to be big for them. They got to get their free throws when they get them.
Absolutely, they're here to win. Cupid kind of slipping. Cupid launches it, and that shot's good.
Cupid with the heart through the arrow. Arrow through the heart.
Right in the heart, like a dagger. St. Clair can't quite maintain the possession there as they lose the ball, and Algonquin quickly brings it up the court. Cupid calls for the ball, passes it. Number 10 passes it back to Cupid. Cupid passes it, playing a bit of hot potato right now. Cupid passes it again. 7 launches it. Not quite, not that time, as St. Clair gains that rebound. Long ball off the marker, nearly hit the shot clock. Cupid rips the ball away from St. Clair and runs up the court with a long pass that was a bit miscalculated.
And now, Alvin, I'm glad that you're talking about that shot clock there. The top of the backboard there is in play. It's when it hits either the white pole or the shot clock is when it's out of bounds there. So an important note there that it did not hit the shot clock, and that top of the backboard is in play.
Couple substitutions. Megan Boyd comes in as Cupid sits down as well. .14, post up, turnaround fader, no good. Algonquin tried to save the ball, so the ball will remain in St. Clair's possession.
And we got a front court throw in here. It's a low front court throw in. Watch for a pick coming up.
St. Clair inbounds the ball, rotates it, 21. Struggling to find an option. Finds 23. 23 takes no time and drives. As St. Clair rebounds the ball again. Good rebounding by St. Clair. Number 1 with the interesting shoes. Loses the ball with that pass. Algonquin recovers. And that pass is read by St. Clair, but it will remain Algonquin ball.
Yeah, good hustle back on defense to interrupt that. They complete that pass. It's an easy 2. And Algonquin's going back the other way up 7. St. Clair in that 2-3 there. They're set up early.
Number 7, Mazzarelli, nearly traveled. Number 9 gives us number 21. Shot clock winding down. And that basket is good by Algonquin with his shot clock nearly expiring. We have about 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
We got a block there. Just went right down, did Jessarada. Slow to get up.
Megan Boyd will shoot 2 as a couple of substitutions are made for Algonquin. Number 10 and number 21 will sit down as Cupid returns. She'll shoot 2. First one is good. Number 11, first-year player for Algonquin, as she misses the second foul shot. Cupid sends the ball across the perimeter. Ball moves. Floater is no good by Algonquin. St. Clair moving the ball around. Quick pass, wasting no time. 23 shoots a long 2. Cupid tried to recover the rebound as St. Clair maintains possession. 21.
This is a fantastic man-to-man defense right now by Algonquin. They're pressuring and trying to get into the passing lanes with a good help cover.
St. Clair pops up a 4th shot. The ball is still live as Cupid wastes no time making use of her teammates.
Travel there, yeah.
That'll be a travel. She lost her footing, but there's no mercy in this game.
So St. Clair, the defender there, had a legal position. She beat her to the spot, so when the offensive player ran in, can't take that extra step. She took that 3rd step, travel.
Well put. St. Clair brings up the ball. 23 to 14. 14 had a nice look at it, and she got it in. Algonquin is unsuccessful at rotating the ball as St. Clair gains possession. They stop and shoot. Nearly went in. Algonquin grabs the rebound. Nice, she thread the needle nicely by her teammate. recovers the rebound and gets it in.
That's just knowing where you are on the floor and not overcommitting on that first layup there. If you go behind the basket there or you try to finish and you miss, you don't have a trailer, you're not going to score the 2 points.
Absolutely, 21 with the shot, and it's no good as 11 recovers with the rebound, and she gets fouled by Cupid. Number 11 is back at the line.
So we got a block call there up against Amber Burton.
Here we have a couple substitutions. Number 11 comes in for number 23 of Algonquin, and looks like St. Clair made a substitution as well, number 5. So Megan Boyd, first-year player, misses her first shot coming out of Tecumseh, Ontario.
Yeah, this is, and there comes the sub in there. So the sub was for the shooter. So when she made the basket, they're allowed to sub out the shooter there. You can't take the shooter out of the game until she shot her free throws, unless it's for injury.
Exactly. So here we have Cupid bringing the ball up for Algonquin. She passes to number 9. Number 9 passes to number 5. Cupid drives baseline. She's trapped.
We got a hold on St. Clair coming up here.
Cupid. There you see Cupid on the screen. As her team will remain with the possession. Couple substitutions here. 25 comes up for 21. Here you see Algonquin running a nice little play. 24 catches it, shoots it. Almost. 24 grabs her own rebound. And it remains Algonquin possession with 1 minute and 44 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
The referees are going to get together now. You had 2 different angles, and they now agree that it was knocked out by St. Clair.
Absolutely, as Algonquin remains in the lead, 14-9, with 1 minute and 37 seconds. Long ball.
Oh, the kiss off the glass, Alvin, the kiss off the glass.
I'm not sure if she called it. Oh, nearly broke her defender. Not sure if she meant to do that. Number 14, passed it to 25. 25 kisses it off the glass.
Right down low on the post, too. Give it to the big girl and let her work.
There you go. A minute remaining in the quarter. Long shot by number 5 of Algonquin, and that's no good. Number 5 of St. Clair passes it to 23, nearly traveled because of the extreme defense being played on her. 23. Drives hard, good defense, and is fouled.
You know, what you saw there, when the arm comes down and it hit the offender arm, it caused her to lose control there. There's the foul.
Yeah, absolutely. Couple substitutions. Excuse me, not a couple substitutions.
Oh, we got a bit of a crowd here as both teams substituting.
Looks like a whole roster change. St. Clair's Jade Loyens misses her first foul shot.
But, you know, that's 1 for 3 now. St. Clair, the last 3 free throws, last 2 tries coming up, and now 1 for 4. They've got to make their free throws here to top Algonquin.
Absolutely, that might be something they have to talk about before we head into the second quarter. As Algonquin takes a wild layup and misses, and it's St. Clair ball.
Now what you saw there was when Felicia Mazrol touched it again, she hadn't had both feet back in bounds, so she's still out of bounds there. It's a lot like when you shoot a 3-point shot, you have both feet behind the line, laying in front. She didn't bring both her feet in bounds yet.
Got to watch those feet as St. Clair's player comes up. Oh, wow, with a nice touch. Hoop and the harm. Number 23, Jade Loyens, is back at the line once again.
Okay, so we're going to see here. This is actually an interesting call here. It's going to be an offensive foul. It's a charge. But because the ball was released before the contact, the basket scores. And that's a little different there. Those of you watching at home, you grew up in Federation rules, the basket wouldn't count. But in FIBA, if shots released before the foul, it counts.
Wow, I really didn't know that. That's actually pretty interesting. Algonquin moves the ball around. Finds their post player, 21. Nice look at the hoop, but wasn't able to make it. 2 seconds left in the quarter, 1.5 seconds left after the whistle was blown, as the ball will remain in St. Clair's possession. 32. Troy shoots, inbounding the ball to number 11, who airballed it.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to look at a highlight package of the first quarter. As you see, 24 of Algonquin with a nice take. And here you have St. Clair's 14 with a nice stop and pop. 14 passes it to 25, and 25 gets a nice look. And there you have Cupid with a jump shot. Beautiful jump shot by Cupid.
No, absolutely. And, you know, that's the one thing here is Algonquin's playing well. They're executing on offense, and they're taking care of the St. Clair zone. St. Clair right now here, the one thing, they're only down 4, and they're still in the game. But I believe now they're 1 for their last 4 on free throws. And I believe over the quarter, they weren't much better than 3 or 4 for 8. So they got to get to the line more and get the points so the clock stops. That's going to be the key for them here when you're trying to take out top team in the province. And, you know, beside us here, Andy Kiss, he is living and dying on every possession here for St. Clair. It's absolutely a joy to watch. You get to watch him. And, you know, you look out into the crowd here, a lot of St. Clair people making the 3-hour trek up from Windsor. A real local team. They only have two non-Windsor area players on the team, and one of them's from London, about 2 hours away.
As we start off the second quarter with Algonquin in the lead, 17-13, and Algonquin will be inbounding the ball. 5 of Algonquin passes to 21, 21 passes to 8, and 8 passes to 7, back to 5. 8 gets the ball back again. 11, 7 from the perimeter. Not too good of a look right there. I'd say that shot was a bit forced.
Yeah, the shot clock was getting down here, and they looked at that might have been their best option, so they took it. Didn't do so well.
Algonquin seems to be taking their chances as they drive baseline. 21 stops and pops, and that one is no good. St. Clair with a nice little scoop shot, and that one's good. 23, Jade Loins coming out of Windsor. Her 4th year for St. Clair is successful with that last attempt.
Now Algonquin here just answers right back. We got to play through some contact around here. This is college basketball.
That was Sarah Ferguson, 5'10" forward out of Brockville, Ontario for Algonquin. And St. Clair cleans up their own mess as 25 gets the board and the basket.
Jessica Gordon, and watch her run the floor. If our cameras stay with her, watch her run the floor the next time. She runs it with enthusiasm and pride.
That's exactly the right ingredients for a championship. So here you have number 1 of St. Clair being pressured. Ooh, crossover. 25 with those shot attempts. That one was no good. Quick crossover by number 7. A little too hard, but she gets the harm, so she'll shoot 2. Number 7.
Yeah, just reached out and grabbed her and got the quick foul to send Algonquin to the line.
Felicia Mazzaroli. And here you have 3 substitutions being made for Algonquin. And St. Clair will make 1 substitution. Mazzaroli. She's a 4th year veteran for Algonquin.
And she's been carrying the ball up here, one of the leaders of the team. A lot of composure with her.
Absolutely, as she makes her second attempt. St. Clair takes up the ball. I don't really see Algonquin using their half-court trap at all.
No, they've backed off the trap recently. They got burned by it a couple times in the first quarter. They left a couple players open, so they backed off. We'll see if they go back to it a little bit later on.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Algonquin picks that pass off St. Clair, but it remains St. Clair possession. It's number 11 of St. Clair. Passes it. Shot clock winding down. They better get it off. Air ball with 7.43 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's one of those, because Algonquin here, they didn't get a fair shot to get it. It's a shot clock violation. That's almost kind of all right there for St. Clair. You're going to miss a shot. Allows them to set up in a 2-3 zone and take out transition.
Algonquin had a nice look, a nice little floater thrown by number 7 of Algonquin. St. Clair's number 1 passes it, shoots. That shot was no good. Algonquin with a thought about it, turned around, double pump, off. As St. Clair gets the ball. St. Clair brings up the ball. 11 looks around, loses her defender. 23, breaking down her defender.
And now St. Clair's standing around on offense. They got about 3 players standing around waiting for something to happen.
21 with the 4th shot, misses, and the ball is recovered by Algonquin. Algonquin's number 7 passes it, nice look. 24 scores. Here you have 24.
Yeah, that was
Sandre Bascoe, 5'11" forward out of Ottawa, Ontario. It's actually her 5th year. She was successful on that last shot attempt. Algonquin.
That was a great pass there, and Andy Kitchell, he needed time out to talk it over here.
Attack these guys. You're hitting everything up top. You're taking away passes. You're getting you late in the block. You're not attacking enough guys. When you catch the ball, you got to be ready to attack rim. You got to be head up. You had a gaping hole on the right side off that out. Attack the rim on these guys. Remember, we talked about that. What's their strength? Aggression, denial. How do you attack that? Back cuts, attack rim, drive them. You're not going to be able to play a soft game here and get looks. You got to play a tough, hard game. Back cuts, ball screen, drive off the ball screen. Don't prance around out there. Go 2-3 dribbles past it. Okay? And hard roll up.
Hey, pour it on. Let's go.
Mentioned for St. Clair was he talked a lot about pushing yourself and getting it out there. You're standing around on offense, you got to move and make something happen, and they've been stagnant on offense the last couple possessions here, and they've come up empty a few times. Algonquin's quietly pushed that lead up to 10.
That's right, Jake, as we have 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and Algonquin fumbles the ball, and it remains St. Clair possession.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick foul there on Whitaker, Lindsay Whitaker. And she's got her hands in there and came up with more body than she did ball.
Pressure being applied by Algonquin as they foul St. Clair.
And this is what Andy Kiss wants to see. He wants to see them attack the basket and attack the ball. And so far here, they've gotten 2 quick fouls against Algonquin when they become more active on offense. Make them chase, make them foul.
Kendo Rizia makes her first foul shot. She's a 5'11" guard/forward coming out of Windsor, Ontario, and she misses her second one. It's actually her 5th year playing at a college level, as Algonquin quickly brings up the ball and scores. Number 7, Mazzaroli, with the field goal.
They drop back into man-to-man, picking up Ball carrier at half court, everyone else at three-point line. Oh, that's
St. Clair nearly lost it, and she wasn't able to make that shot. She actually airballed it. Wow.
Oh!
Mazzaroli with the rolly. Hoop and the harm.
Mazzaroli just took the lead pass, created some contact, and flipped it up and in. That's a great play, and on the highlight reel, I'm sure.
Pretty sure that would even make the TSN highlight reels if this was playing on TSN.
You know, I wonder if we could start a Twitter thing, hashtag SC Top 10 on that one.
Yeah, I'd be up for it. As she makes her foul shot, making that a three-point play. Wow, 21, nearly breaking down her defender. Number 5 cuts to the hoop. She gets fouled by Cupid.
Yeah, Cupid there, she was trying to keep up, but didn't beat her to the spot on the floor. So she's still moving her body when she makes contact, and there's the foul there. On defense, you're entitled to a spot on the floor, but you have to beat the offensive player there.
Here you have number 5 of St. Clair inbounding the ball. She finds a player. She's unable to connect on the shot. As Cupid races down the court, tried to thread the needle, but ended up
it's a kickball there.
Ended up getting the ball kicked off the leg of St. Clair.
When you're defending the ball with your foot, it's an intentionally kicked ball there, and that's what St. Clair did. So though the shot clock was above 14, so they keep it where it is, and it's Algonquin ball on the end line. Had it been below 14, they reset it to 14.
Speaking of time, it's about 5 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the second quarter as number 7, Mazzaroli, gets called for the walk. She wasn't sure why, but...
she didn't like it, but she moved both her feet before she dribbled the ball there. So her pivot foot touched the ground, and that's a travel.
Something else to work on in practice.
That's low.
Cupid blocks the living daylights out of number 5, but it will remain St. Clair possession as Algonquin trades off a player. Number 9 comes in for number 7. Mazzaroli having a good night so far. 14. Not long enough, that shot. As 24 took it all the way but wasn't successful. 14 broke the defender. She said, "How dare you guard me?" And they complete the play. Beautiful play by St. Clair.
Well, that was key, Alvin. Just as the Steelstones can say, Algonquin's in the midst of a run here. They pushed it up to 14. It's 32-18. It's now down to 11 here. Need another stop. Okay, there's an intentional kick against St. Clair, so Algonquin retains here. So now Algonquin here, they're going to get the ball on a nice little run here.
Absolutely, as you see Algonquin remaining with the possession as St. Clair picks off the pass, but it's out of bounds. We have about 4 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the second quarter as Algonquin is leading 32-21. Long shot by Algonquin, and it's no good. And they grab the rebound. 24 of Algonquin.
This is a big stretch right now here for St. Clair. They got to stay in this game. They got to get it down to 10 or better by halftime here. Big stretch.
Yeah, that's a good point because it seems to me as though Algonquin is playing much more fearlessly than St. Clair. They're sacrificing their body a lot more. They're not afraid to shoot the ball. They're not afraid to go for that steal. So I could see why they're undefeated.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They play a very aggressive game. You're right about that. And they have the confidence to go with it.
The shot clock is winding down with 3, 2, and 1 second. She's able to get it off, but not able to get it in.
And Gordon's going to commit the foul there from behind there. Just tried to get that rebound and grabbed her from behind.
As you see 14 here. Fixing her hairband. Cupid races up the court, quickly passes it to number 5. 5 passes it to 14. 14 looks around. 10 passes it to Cupid. Cupid drives and finds her teammate, a beautiful pass, and 24 yet again scores again. With number 24, Fearless. And St. Clair brings back up the ball, trying to fix up that deficit that they have, and that shot's not good. Better luck next time. Cupid finds her teammate. 14 comes in, baseline. That shot is highly contested, and it's no good. St. Clair's 5 comes up. Coach, St. Clair coach. The St. Clair coach here is looking to make a timeout. Excuse me, looking to make a substitution.
He's a little upset right now at the lack of offensive execution there, and that was just before his last time out. They weren't executing on offense, so we'll see here. This is a use them or lose them timeout. Oh, actually, excuse me here. They're out of timeouts for the half here. Algonquin still has 2 remaining this half.
As you see here, Algonquin getting the ball stripped away by St. Clair, and it's going to be St. Clair ball. St. Clair seems to be stepping up to the occasion. And now St. Clair's going to take up the ball with 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. 35 seconds remaining as they move the ball around. They think about driving. They get called for the charge. Good defense as 21 gets called for the charge.
Yeah, she lowered her shoulder into the defender and tried to go up. So once you bring your shoulder down here, you're liable to be called on a charge. And also, too, the Algonquin player had the spot on the floor picked out, so she was there. Great call by the officials.
Exactly. This is not football, this is basketball. We don't want to be bulldozing anybody. 24, they nearly caught the ball, but it's recovered by her own teammate who passes it to 9, who was unable to connect on that shot. 24, another rebound. 24 having a marvelous night tonight. Not too sure what her numbers are, but we'll get those numbers pretty soon as this quarter is over with 2 minutes remaining. Just under 2 minutes remaining. 7 with a nice drive, Maserati. Her drive gets picked away, and Algonquin maintains possession.
A little bit of bad luck there for St. Clair. The pass just slipped out of her hand and turned over to Algonquin. And it looks like it might be one of those nights for St. Clair.
Yeah, it might just be, as Algonquin is showing why they're undefeated with their fearless, relentless way of play. As 24 with a spectacular layup, she gets that ball in the hoop. And St. Clair just a bit too sloppy with the take right there, but I'm sure she'll make up for it next time around. Number 7, nice little fake, kicks it. As number 7 of Algonquin gets called.
It's a 3 in the key violation. On offense, you only have 3 seconds to remain in the key. That resets on any shot or shot attempt. So in there a little too long.
Boy, go under.
The St. Clair coach there, Andy Kiss, unhappy with the lack of a call there. I didn't think his offensive player had control of her body.
A little bit of a wild card,
yeah,
as St. Clair looks to do something with their possession, and they lose the ball but maintain possession. There's just about a minute and 4 seconds remaining in the quarter. Second quarter.
7, Jess.
Algonquin gets called for the, St. Clair gets called for the charge. That's good basketball by, smart basketball, by Algonquin.
And another charge here. They're just lowering in their shoulder right now. They're not trying to attack that defense.
Absolutely, as you see.
And we have we got a buzzer coming in here. Okay, so we just had the clarification here. The table had the foul on 21, but there was no foul, or there was no 21 out there, so they said no, it's just a quick mistake there. So we'll rephrase it. It's on 32 on St. Clair. Tori Schultz out of LaSalle.
quick crossover. She drives, and that basket's good. Very good handle by number 7. 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter as St. Clair is unable to get that basket, and Algonquin rebounds it. Number 7 passes it to 24. 24 tries her luck again. She gets blocked. Excuse me, she gets fouled, and she's going to shoot 2 at the line.
Yeah, we got her on the wrist there. You know, yes, she did get some of the ball, but got more wrist there, and there's the foul.
Absolutely. So Sandre Bascoe, 5'11" coming out of Ottawa, Ontario, her 5th year for Algonquin, is shooting 2, and the first one is perfect. And the second attempt is good. 2 for 2. 25 seconds remaining in the second quarter, as 14 uses her body to flare off the defender, and 23 gets blocked on that shot attempt.
You know, Shannon Kennedy there got real lucky that that wasn't an offensive foul on the other end there.
Yeah, I was actually waiting for that call. It's about 5, 3, 2, 1 second remaining.
And that's halftime.
St. Clair was unable to make that buzzer beater, and the score is 41-21 for Algonquin. As we take a look at the highlight package right here, you see Algonquin recovering their own rebound. Algonquin again. And here you see St. Clair getting that basket. So we just finished up the second quarter of St. Clair versus Algonquin. Algonquin is in the lead, 42-21, and we're gonna stick around and wait for the third quarter of the OCAA Women's Championship Tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please have your blue ticket so we can do the
As we kick off the third quarter of St. Clair versus Algonquin.
All right, we are underway here. Just a couple quick notes here, Alvin, and then we'll get into the second half here. St. Clair now 5 for 32 on the field. That's only 19% here. They got to be better than that here to in the third quarter. They want to come back against Algonquin.
Absolutely, as you see Algonquin moving the ball nicely, and actually they lose the ball, and St. Clair recovers it. 11 with the long 3.
Oh, that's a big shot right there. You're never out of it with a 3-point shot.
Exactly. As Algonquin brings up the ball, 10, passes it to 6. 6 passes it to 8. 8 back to 10 as number 6 Cupid finds number 14. Cupid with a long shot. That shot's no good, and St. Clair throws the ball off their own teammates, so it's going to be Algonquin ball.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing, too, with St. Clair, too, they've done a really good job this half, or in the first half, getting to the foul line. They got to the line 10 times, but we're only fortunate enough to get 5 free throws here, whereas Algonquin, they got 5 on their own, and they made all 5. And right now, they're shooting 14 from 26 on the field. That's such a big stat right there to get offensive efficiency. And points per 100 possessions is a big thing here. Unfortunately, we don't have enough possessions to get a good average. But you know, at this rate here, Algonquin's much better at it than St. Clair.
Absolutely, as you see number 6 losing the ball, and St. Clair gaining possession. St. Clair's number 1 passes it to number 11. Algonquin playing that tough defense, that zone defense. St. Clair forced to shoot the ball because the shot clock's running down, and wow, Cupid acrobatic save.
Yeah, Cupid's been all over the floor there. That's a great save leading in. Almost got 3 points out of it too. A great transition 3.
Algonquin with the unsuccessful shot as St. Clair tries to recover and grabs their own rebound and puts the ball in the basket, number 21.
From where we are here, we can, we're right beside the St. Clair bench, so halftime got to hear coaching staff talk here and look for them to press early for St. Clair. Try to get some points in transition. Speaking of,
St. Clair misses that layup, tries to recover and swish.
and that's a long two. Her foot was on the line.
Number 1, Kelly Riza gets a long 2. Looks like St. Clair's utilizing that half-court trap.
Absolutely, they're trying to create something now. They're in a matchup, backdoor pass.
Algonquin not too successful on that last shot attempt as St. Clair sends the ball down the court. 23 catches it, shoots it off the glass, but no good. Algonquin recovers and gets the rebound. 10 looking around for Cupid. Cupid drives hard, tried to get the foul, and the ball is actually off Cupid, so it's going to be St. Clair ball.
Yeah, off Cupid and St. Clair here. They got a real chance right now. They're up in this half, 7-0. Early in this third quarter, first 3 minutes. Nice quick run, and that's the largest run of the game for St. Clair right now.
7-0 with 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter as St. Clair drives and they're forced to cough up the shot, and that shot's no good as Cupid uses her handles and breaks down her defender. Finds 24 up and under, and that's a beautiful shot.
Someone missed their assignment on that one there, and she was wide open on the block.
You just can't, there's some shots you just can't stop, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
21, uncontested. I don't know where Algonquin was. 14 gets that basket to go in. St. Clair, risky pass, and it's going to be St. Clair ball as Algonquin tried to intercept it. That's good defense by Algonquin.
Yeah, some good hustle there, and that was that's 7 Mazrol again there. She's been all over the floor this game here. He has, she has 11 points in the first half, second on the team.
St. Clair, nice passing, but unable to make it. Algonquin rushes up the court. Mazzarali blocked by St. Clair. 21 blocked by St. Clair. That's 2 blocks in a row. We're about to have a block party pretty soon. 14 gives her attempt at taking up the ball and passes it to 21 as 21 loses the ball. And
center feet there, and we have a held ball.
A few bodies on the floor.
That's a great hustle play there by Kendall Riza. She realized that she had lost the ball, but instead of just giving up or committing a foul, she went straight down in her principal verticality there and forced a jump ball there.
Here you see number 5 of St. Clair preparing to play defense.
St. Clair's in a matchup 1-to-1 with the zone principal here, so that means that they're not going to deviate far from their spot, but they'll play you 1-to-1. So they'll go out with their man and whatnot, but they're not going to deviate from their space too often.
As you see, Algonquin, St. Clair threw away that turnover by Algonquin. Cupid looking for someone, finds him. 7 gets fouled. For 14, not too sure that was a foul, but.
Yeah, she got her on the side of the arm there, knocking the ball, but also a lot of the arm going down there as Masroll heads to the line. And you also notice too, Algonquin spreading the floor on offense. They're not bunching up, and it's going to help them get to the line a lot more there and force St. Clair to collapse down.
Number 7, Felicia Mazzarali, a 4th-year veteran of Algonquin. As there's a couple substitutions. You see 14 of St. Clair coming in for 25 of St. Clair.
Yeah, so St. Clair here just got a lot taller there. They got 21 and 25 out there, and that's Kendall Riza and Jessica Gordon, 5'11" and 6 feet tall.
Cupid races up the court.
Oh, they want that offensive foul there.
Number 7, Mazzarali, sacrificing her body and crashing down to the floor as she gets fouled and will shoot 2 at the line.
What brought the the St. Clair coaches up was that the push off there. They thought Mazzarali there used her arm as a hinge, and what that means is you take your arm in a locked position and push out. Okay, and that's what they thought. They thought that she had gained an advantage. Referee saw it a different way, and then got a block on a sequence a little later.
Here we see Mazzarali making her first free throw attempt and her second free throw attempt, showing the crowd her veteran experience from the line. As St. Clair inbounds the ball, and it looks like Algonquin's going to put some pressure on the half court with St. Clair.
St. Clair started off 7-0 and at one point 11-6 here, but they've really fallen back here. Or excuse me, 9-6.
Fast break play is good by Mazzarali of Algonquin.
And now it's back to the halftime deficit. So they're playing even. 9 points apiece in this third quarter.
Third quarter with 4.30 seconds remaining as St. Clair's number 5, Sarah Bondi, makes that nice field goal. And 6 of Algonquin, Cupid answers back with a field goal over her own. The score is now 53-32. Algonquin has quite the lead, but remember folks, Algonquin is also 16-0 in the regular season, and they actually rank 4th in their division. Excuse me, not 4th, but 1st. Duh. They rank 1st in the East Division.
This is a St. Clair team here. They started off a house of fire. They haven't been able to maintain it right now, and as we reach into the second half of the third quarter here, they got to get it back.
Absolutely. And number 5 with a long three-pointer of her own, which is caught by her teammate, number 21, who draws the foul and will shoot 2 at the line. Number 21, Kendall Riza.
So St. Clair here, they were 5 for 10 at the break going in, and they need to improve their free throw shooting here. They got 10 opportunities at the line, and they got only 5 points out of it. When you're down by 21 right now, which is the largest lead of the game, you gotta get your free throws when you get them.
Absolutely. Algonquin wasted no time with the inbound. They passed the ball across half court with 1 pass. 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter, as number 21 of Algonquin is almost boxed out of the paints.
Now they're just trading baskets right now. St. Clair, they got to get up on defense, try to force a couple points here while scoring. Each possession right now, they got to score. Next 5-6 possessions, try to get stopped. Oh, that rattles in and out.
A little bit of a toilet bowl shot, but looks like it spit it right back out. As we have, we're approaching 3 minutes and 20 seconds in the third quarter of the OCAA Women's Championship game. St. Clair versus Algonquin. As that shot's no good, and Algonquin recovers the ball. Number 7 thought about the shot, passes it off. That shot's no good, and they recover their own rebound, but St. Clair picks off the fumble. St. Clair spins off her defender, tries to drive, passes it to her open teammate, number 5, to 21, and 21 turns around and grabs her own rebound and gets fouled. I'm not mad at that play.
Yeah, that's one of those where the defender had her arms up, but she was violating the offensive player's principle of verticality. So yeah, they were straight, but they were also outside of her body too. So it's an easy foul there for the referee to make here. And you know, just like the just like the players and the teams here, you got to earn your way here as a referee. All these referees, some of the top referees in their board.
Absolutely. St. Clair's number 21 making her second foul shot as Algonquin brings the ball up the court.
We've had 2 very impressive performances here by Algonquin this weekend. Last night they absolutely just dispatched Fanshawe, or rather yesterday afternoon, and they're playing a real great game against St. Clair. Oh,
24 blocks 14, and Algonquin manages to save that blocked ball as they bring the ball up the court, and number 9 gets fouled by number 5. She'll shoot 2 at the line.
yeah, and Algonquin here starting to take control of this by 20.
Here you see 23 coming in for 25.
And so now St. Clair here, they're getting a little smaller right now. They have 2 players at about 6 feet, 5'11", 6 feet. And when you take one of them out here, you're getting smaller by default.
Number 9, second foul shot is good. Number 23 passes it to number 21. Excuse me, number 11. 21, long 3 ball, that's no good. And you see there Cupid with the extreme vertical, nearly grabbing that rebound, nearly out-rebounding.
The push in the back is the call there. Sarah Bondi just pushed her right in the back and got the easy foul.
Here you see number 1, Kelly Riza, coming in for Sarah Bondi. Cupid with the pass.
They're picking up some conversation there between Andy Kiss and the referees there on the auxiliary mic there. He's not happy with the foul call there. He figured it's been happening all game long and that his team's been called for it now.
And there you see 24 with the athletic layup. She puts another 2 points on the board for Algonquin. St. Clair tried to answer back and was unable to get the ball in the basket. As Algonquin rebounds the ball and Cupid goes all the way by herself. And that shot was no good. 21 turns around and tries to clean up what Cupid missed, but that one itself is no good as well.
You know, even right there, that's this game personified. Even though Algonquin didn't score there, it's the hustle, it's the effort. They got 3 shots within 5 feet there, and St. Clair settling 10, 15 feet out on the floor right now. And actually, as I say this here, Jess Gordon's checking in now for St. Clair. They're going to try to get bigger in an offensive foul.
And that's a charge on Algonquin.
Yeah, they're going to try to get a little bigger here. As, that was Lauren Carey there on the foul by bringing in Jess Gordon, but she's taken right out Kenda Riza, who was on the floor there on the last play there. So we'll have to find out if she's okay.
Here we have St. Clair inbounding the ball, and Algonquin making a quick substitution.
So next foul on either side is going to put that team in the penalty for the last 45 seconds of the game here. So you got to be, or of the quarter, so you got to be a little careful here not to commit a cheap foul.
14 turns around, and that shot's good by number 14, Shannon Kennedy. 6 foot forward. Number 5 with the 3 ball, and that's no good.
St. Clair here, they've been training baskets the last 4 minutes, and actually they've lost some ground doing it.
10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter as Algonquin tries to run down the clock, and number 7 with a shot of her own. That shot was no good as the ball goes out of bounds, and it will be St. Clair ball. Three seconds left. 23, didn't get it off in time.
No, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter there. It's a 22-point lead.
59-37. Algonquin with the lead, and let's take a look at what both teams have contributed tonight. Here we see St. Clair, 21 turning around and shooting. Algonquin, nice take. And here we have the Algonquin coaches. Let's hear what they have to say.
Okay, let's go Syracuse, all right? Sandre, Berg, whoever on the sides, all right? Make the pass as the ball is leaving, set that screen, come across, and then go high-low. Then bump. If you don't have anything high-low there, should be down here. Releases, look to attack, and then match up, okay?
It's a high post, he's Felicia in the corner. Recognize that and just skip it for a matchup right there.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Kendall, you flare for Kendall. She gets to look at the three. Okay? It's designed to get a look, a flare for a ball screen for a 3-ball. Okay? Just keep playing. You're gonna stay. Let's go back to 2 press with this lineup for a couple minutes, 3 minutes. See if we can get into this lead. Still enough time left. You just got to keep playing. We're getting looks now. Just keep balling, okay? We got to get bodies, man. See, Bascoe's going over the top of you if you don't get a body on her and stick it. Come on now, let's go. Hands in. Let's go. Team on 2, 1, 2, 3.
So what we have here is, first off, we heard from Jeff McGinnis, the 9-year coach of Algonquin, and is just telling his team, stay aggressive. He's diagramming up a play there for an out-of-bounds play. St. Clair, they're just saying, hey, lots of time left. 10 minutes left here. You got to get about a bucket every 50 seconds or so. Go plus on that. And that's going to equate to a 2-pack possession. You got to go up a bucket.
You're absolutely right, Jake, as you see there St. Clair misses their shot as we start off the 4th quarter. And Algonquin is able to put that ball in the basket, 61-37, Algonquin.
And they're going to try to rely on the 3 a little more, is also what Andy Kitts was saying there, the first-year coach. Try to get some more 3-point looks, cutting to the lead. There's Algonquin in transition at their finest right there. That's a nice pass play, getting it down the floor quickly and boosting the lead up. It's the largest lead at 26 right now.
That's a pretty big lead, as you see Algonquin remains fearless throughout the whole game.
So we're in the first of 2 championship semifinals here. Our next game here, we're going to have Mohawk, and they're going to take on Humber College in the second championship semifinal. The winners play for gold tomorrow night, and the losers head over to the bronze semifinals tomorrow morning.
As you see, St. Clair just made a couple of substitutions during that last dead ball.
You know, in about an hour from now, this place is going to be rocking, and hoping for a big Mohawk crowd at home. A trip to the OCAA championship on the line.
Number 9 with a long 3, and that's unsuccessful. As St. Clair fights to get that rebound, and Algonquin fights just as hard, but gets called.
Once there was a turnover there, or almost a turnover, Algonquin got a little greedy there and reached in, and there's the foul.
Yes, sir. As you see St. Clair gains possession. St. Clair inbounds the ball. Number 1 with the bright colored shoes. Looks for a teammate. Finds her. 14. Tries to penetrate that defense. Nearly traveled, but gets it in. Number 14 of St. Clair. Number 7, Mazzarelli, passes it to number 9, and she gets called for the walk. She forgot to dribble.
Yep, just move those feet there. It's that quick step. You don't have to go forward, you just have to move your feet.
As the Algonquin coach calls for a timeout and regroups his team, trying to figure out how badly he can beat St. Clair.
You know, the one thing here, it kind of brings to mind really the
You
only
didn't get back
like
the first 2 times in transition. Go, leave it out. They were going 2 on every score now. Take his moment now. Daddy.
Don't open up so much on her. All right, and if she is
We're going to need to take quicker shots now, possession-wise. Can't go late in the clock now. Quick looks. Threes or drives. Okay? Attack the rim, shoot the ball. Okay? Let's go. We need to get on a run here. Okay? Come on now.
all right, even though that shot's there, let's just run it. All right, like pound it up. Let's start the offense quicker. They get it to our stuff. All right, it's tough to attack 1-on-4.
Guys, if they set a baseline screen and you're curling off of it, you have to switch off of it. So post, you're not guarding the post. If they're curling around, our guards can't get there. They try to make that pass to you. Leave the post and close it out.
Andy Kiss, they're just ripping into his team a little bit there, and he's telling them, hey, you got to get going. And there's 8 minutes, 17 seconds to go, and this kind of reminds me of the situation here. You want to come back, you got to start now. A couple years ago in the NCAAs, we had UCLA Gonzaga. UCLA came down from 19 down with about 7 minutes to go to come back and upset Gonzaga.
St. Clair with a nice cutter, number 1. They find number 1, and the number 1 makes that layup. And St. Clair looking to change that deficit that they're facing by applying that pressure.
Well, they got to make a stop right now.
Absolutely. You know, it's the 4th quarter, so there's no more quarters after that, and they force Algonquin to miss. So far, the pressure's good. Number 1, a shot of her own. Rebounded by 32. 32 misses, but rebounded yet again by St. Clair. St. Clair gets that rebound and puts it in the basket.
That's a great offensive rebound series right there to get the bucket, and now they got to make another stop here. There's a tip.
They have to be careful here. The ball stays with Algonquin as St. Clair hits it out of bounds.
15 seconds right now on the shot clock here, so Algonquin can run a little bit of clock off here and look for a good open shot. They don't have to hustle.
Yes, that's right. With the score 63-43 and 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter, St. Clair has to play smart. And
oh, they traveled there. Once again, just didn't really move forward, but moved both feet, and there's the travel.
Gotta love that travel.
You know, we don't keep a stat on that, but I'm going to say that's probably about the 7th or 8th traveling violation there. I mean, we keep stats on turnover, but not travels.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. As Algonquin extends their leg and kicks the ball. That'll be a kick ball in Algonquin. St. Clair possession.
Yeah, so the shot clock was at 13, so they bump it up a second to 14 there as it was an intentional kick against the defense.
Here you have St. Clair missing that shot attempt, and Cupid of Algonquin sends the ball. That shot's no good, rebounded by 24. 24 puts it up, and that one's no good. And the ball is in St. Clair's possession.
Yeah, they're going to get 24 blank for going over the top here, and more or less how the rule works is they're not going to penalize you for being taller, but if you make contact while you're going up, it's going to be a foul. So you have to stay in your vertical cylinder there. You have that space all the way up to the ceiling if you can stay within it. And if you make contact outside of that, it's going to be a foul.
Very, very true. Here you can see the St. Clair point guard driving. She's double teamed. That shot was highly contested and off the mark as Algonquin grabs that rebound and brings up the ball. Number 6, Cupid, looking, finds, 14 shoots and scores. Nice look by 14.
That's a great shot on the top of the arc there.
Absolutely. St. Clair moves the ball around, 32 fouled. Coughed up a prayer, and the prayer was answered by receiving a foul.
Yeah, it became a prayer there. She just got pushed right off the hip there. If you're looking there, Lindsay Whitaker had both hands and just pushed off on the hip right there. That's an easy foul to call right there, and good opportunity now for a points with the clock stopping in St. Clair, or for St. Clair.
Absolutely, 6 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter, the 4th and final quarter, I might add, and she'll shoot 2. And here's her second attempt. Tori shoots, and that one is no good. Cupid comes up the court. Wow, a little off the marker, but It remains Algonquin ball.
They're going to get a foul there on the rebound. And kind of, not really the rebound. It's the rebound on the shot because they jumped it so quick. I'm going to say that they grabbed her arm going up.
Here you see 21 coming in for 32 of St. Clair. 21 will shoot 2. Let's see if she can make her first one. First one is good. I mean, excuse me, first one is off. A second-year veteran out of Ottawa, and that shot is off as well.
We got St. Clair basketball coming up here.
St. Clair brings up the ball. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter of the OCAA 2014 Women's Championship game. And a little bit of miscommunication by St. Clair as they fumble the pass and falls out of bounds. It's going to be Algonquin ball.
And that's the offensive possession there that's going to doom you right from the start. And
like you said before, St. Clair needs to make dramatic and drastic movements if they have any chance in winning this game, because the score is 65-43.
Yeah, I mean, right now for Algonquin, points aren't necessarily the object. You just need to run some clock right now. You're up 22 with 5 minutes and 30 seconds. You know, points aren't your issue. Take the time off the clock. If you get an offensive rebound and you can turn that 24-second shot clock into a 48-second shot clock, they're going to win the game pretty handily.
I couldn't agree anymore. As you see, 6 making her first foul shot. And the second one rolls in, and it's good. Here you see St. Clair bringing up the ball with 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in the 4th quarter. St. Clair rotating. 21 read that pass, and she tries to bring up the ball. Should pass it off.
She was looking for a teammate to pass to, and she just lost herself there and traveled pretty easily. Just jumped up and down with the ball there.
Looks like she's not too worried about that turnover, as they have a pretty solid lead so far, Algonquin, 67-43 with 5 minutes and 11 seconds remaining, so she's not too worried about that.
Just her coach will nail her for it afterwards, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Algonquin playing that fearless defense, and that defense paid off as St. Clair is unable to make that basket. 5 thought about it.
This is a fantastic man-to-man defense. I mean, if you're looking for someone to come in and teach man-to-man, start looking at tape of Algonquin play ball. They're up in their face, and they're contesting passes.
Absolutely, Algonquin is showing why they're #1 in the East. It's not too shabby of a record to enter the OCAA Women's Championship Tournament with.
Well, now you haven't lost in sanctioned play yet, and
Lindsay Whitaker here. Misses her second shot. #1 passes it to 23. Algonquin playing that relentless defense. You have to be careful here.
Right in that passing lane once again there, and 7 seconds left on the clock, or on the shot clock.
Here you see 25 and 14 come in for 11 and 23. St. Clair.
See if you can watch the eyes of Algonquin when they play defense.
Why is that?
Well, you're looking at where they're looking, and they do a really good job of keeping their eye on the ball, keeping their eye on the shoulders, and trying not to, and they're not getting deked out by it, but they're watching the ball constantly. Now watch here, watch 8 come up here, and watch her eyes. They switch out to 14 and watch. They're watching the ball.
You know, they're playing like a championship type of team. As they read that pass and pick it away, they quickly recover. Easy basket for Algonquins, number 10. Number 5. 14 with a long shot. You know, you want to have you want to be taking more high percentage shots when you're down this much. 3-pointers are not really going to get you up there.
Yeah, you know, you're right about that there. When you're shooting 2 for 6 in the first half on 3-point shots, that's about 33%. It's not too bad, but
as Algonquin made St. Clair pay for that missed 3-pointer by scoring a 2 of their own, showing them how it's done.
oh,
21 blocked the socks off that St. Clair player.
you know what the great thing about that block was? It was from behind and there was no contact. She got up there cleanly and slapped it away. That's one of the toughest plays for a big player in basketball to do. And when you look at 21 there, who's 6'1", out of Ottawa, that's an impressive block there. Jessica Bascoe.
Extremely impressive. That block was clean as a whistle. As St. Clair applies that double team pressure and throws a foot up there. A foot out of desperation, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so that's called an intentional kick, and they're in the backcourt, so they reset the shot clock to 24 seconds.
Here you have Algonquin taking up the ball. Number 8, looking for the players to rotate. Send it around the perimeter. 14 sees 10. 10 in the corner. Corner drives baseline, gets blocked. But it will remain Algonquin possession. That block was a little unfair. Number 10 for Algonquin is just a 5'5", so quite easy to block her.
Well, you know, that's part of basketball, though. If you're average height or a little less, you're going to get blocked.
Algonquin caught St. Clair falling asleep on that last play, as 14 had that more than easy look under the basket and scores. Wow. And St. Clair with that 3-pointer, trying to make a comeback with 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. That shot is short.
Even with that 3-point shot there, it's a 28-point deficit, so that meant it was 31, and Algonquin firmly in control. And a charge.
Speaking of firm, Algonquin's player that just caught the charge, number 10, had her feet firmly in place and drew the charge. It's good basketball, smart basketball.
You know, I thought it might have been a little more competitive as to what it was last night, but Algonquin has pulled away here last few minutes. It was down at one point to 13, but they couldn't maintain it.
Absolutely not. Algonquin once again claiming a soon-to-be victory tonight against St. Clair with 1 minute and 47 seconds remaining in the game. Number 7, Mazzarelli, with that beautiful shot, beautiful take. She's had an extraordinary night tonight. Here you see Mazzarelli, as I mentioned before, having a really good night.
You know, they've reset. Last 2 minutes of the game after a basket, the clock stops, and the officials got the clock was running down, so they put 3 seconds back on the clock.
Absolutely, St. Clair here looking to.
That's an easy foul there to call, as Lauren Carey, she just kept going, and the defender went down.
There you see the Mohawk team waiting for their opportunity to face off against.
Yeah, that game's coming up at the top of the hour there. It's 7:33 now, so in about 27 minutes time. Mohawk and Humber.
St. Clair unable to connect on that foul shot. Sarah Bondi. A first-year player out of Amherstburg, Ontario. So just about a minute and 30 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter of this game as Algonquin coughs up a shot, but it doesn't drop. St. Clair here looking to shoot a quick shot, and they airball it. And that rebound recovery is not good either. 7.
Oh, what a pass.
Passes it, but her teammate is unable to connect. And here's a bit of a little...
We have a held ball there.
It will remain Algonquin possession with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in this game. Algonquin will inbound the ball.
Algonquin is also a 3-time defending OCAA champion. And there's a travel.
Travel. Got a little too fancy. Refs didn't like that one.
And in about a minute, they're going to earn the right to defend their crown.
There you see number 7 having an awesome night. Felicia Mazzarali. There you see St. Clair rotating the ball nicely. Just about 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this game as she charges into the Algonquin player number 23, and it's going to be Algonquin ball. Algonquin inbounds it with just about under 45 seconds remaining in this game. Mazzarali passes it to number 9. Number 9 passes to 5. 5 drives baseline. 5 kicks it back out. 11 with the long 2. No good. As St. Clair recovers with the rebound, and 5 will take up the ball.
And we were reminded earlier this year by Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski, they don't give out automatic berths to postseason tournaments anymore. And in the OCAA, it's the same. And this has been an impressive performance by Algonquin. When you're 3-time champions, it's easy to sit back on your laurels and get complacent, but they haven't. They've been going after it tonight, and they're about to punch their ticket to defend their crown.
Absolutely. They're just reminding everybody why they are the champions. As St. Clair forces up a shot with just about 10 seconds remaining in the game. St. Clair will back off a bit. Don't want to draw the foul.
Well, St. Clair conceding it right now. A real class move.
There you have it, 76-47. Algonquin is victorious, 76-47. Let's take a look at the highlight of all the plays that happened. Excuse me, some of the plays that happened in this game. Number 7, Mazzarali, having a beautiful night, and that's a beautiful shot. St. Clair's long ball 3. And here you have Algonquin with a nice up and under shot.
Nice job. Great team. Good luck tomorrow. Great team.
And you see Algonquin driving hard. Mazzarali with that awesome shot.
Oh.
And St. Clair showing their efforts, but was to no effect. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, at the David Braley Athletic Center, host of the 2014 OCAA Championships. As you just witnessed, Algonquin taking the W to St. Clair. And I'm Alvin Drent, along here with Jake Parkhill, signing off here at the David Braley Athletic Center. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Your name's gonna be on the credits.